Hi, Bryan from Airflow Music here once again. Welcome back. This is day 22 of the 30 days of long tones. There's just a couple quick things to clear up that have been kind of the subjects of the comments in the last day or two when I checked on everything earlier today. First of all, I haven't said out loud in one of these videos for almost since the start what we're actually doing here. And for some people who are coming to this late, this is probably confusing. Like, why is this guy sitting playing long tones for 30 days? What is that? And as I said in the early videos, the first video in particular, and perhaps a couple more afterwards, really this is an experiment, and I thought it'd be fun to bring all of you along with me so you can try this out too. It's an experiment to try and find out what the benefits, what the value of playing long tones is. Okay? This is something I was always told, or I've always heard, that I needed to do as a trumpet player. But no one ever really told me why. And indeed very often no one ever really told me how to do them either. Which is why I set up a consistent set of long tones and a couple of basic rules for how to approach them in order that we can hopefully try and figure it out together. Now, I mean, one initial question in this was whether playing long tones has value at all, and I'm coming to the conclusion that yes, it does, for a number of different reasons, and it was lovely to hear from so many of you after yesterday's video when I was asking, what some of those reasons were that you were perceiving. And it's interesting to see where the perspectives coincide and where they differ. That's fascinating for me, and I will be gradually responding to all of your comments. But yeah, that's what we're doing here, and I haven't said that out loud for a while. So there you go. Okay, so let's get into today's set. This is day 22, isn't it? Yeah, day 22, and we're going to do the same old thing. If you need the set because you're just joining us late on, the link to download the free PDF of them is in the description below. We're aiming for 30-second long tones, and actually, contrary to what it says on that PDF, a 15-second break in between notes. And the way it's notated on the sheet is as 6 bars of 5/4 time, with a metronome clicking at 60 beats a minute. So that's just one possible musical way to count it out. That makes it easier for me. That's why I notated it that way. And I like to run whole bars. I could do 7.5 bars of 4/4, but then that half bar would irritate me. So that's why it's 6 bars of 5. Okay, but the reason the 5/4 is important is because I will indicate 1 bar or 5 seconds before I start the next long tone, so you know when it's coming, and you'll be able to hear my metronome clicking, so you know it's coming up and you know when we're starting. Okay? For those of you who've been here the last 21 days, you know all of this stuff by now, and so sorry for the recap. But otherwise, yeah, let's get into the set for today. I'll see you at the other side. somewhere. 2, 3. Didn't get a good breath at all that time. Let me do that one again. 1. Better. Sure we can get a better start to a note than that. Lordy. 1. No, apparently not. One more time. 1. Didn't engage my breath support properly at all that time. Let's get that one again. 1. That's better. Okay, slightly rough set for me today, particularly down the end. Mostly this is down to the fact that my head really wasn't in the game today. My mind was wandering, and that's really probably indicative of the rest of my day. I'm actually recording this on Monday, the day before you see it, and it's a public holiday here in the States. It's Labor Day. And as such, I actually have a day off for the first time in longer than I can remember, actually, where I haven't really had anything I had to do. The only thing I really had to do was pick up the horn and play my long tones today. And so I left it later in the afternoon. It's early evening when I'm recording this right now. I really haven't done a whole lot of stuff all day. I've actually just been relaxing for a change, which has been very nice. But I think that has fed into where my mind is right now. My mind is wandering as I'm playing these. I'm, getting lost in fluttering my lips sometimes in the breaks rather than counting through. And it's just that little bit of mental focus which is the difference. And so when I didn't prepare properly and I didn't make my breath and engage my breath support properly a couple times, it was telling and I just didn't have the air. And as I've said before, sometimes there's good days, sometimes there's bad days. But it's always interesting to try and at least identify the mitigating factors there, so we can learn from it and know what we've got to do if, we're not feeling quite right, but we have to play. Today I don't have to play, apart from just kind of recording these. Almost just to say that I did. It's a lackadaisical attitude from me, it really is. Because really I've got a day free to practice and I should have been doing that, but it was time to not do anything today. Sometimes you need those days. Okay? So, anyway, that's enough excuses for my own playing, for anybody's taste. So I'm going to leave it right there. I will see you tomorrow for day 23, which will hopefully be a better and more focused day for me. And yeah, in the meantime, go ahead, take a little break, come back and go practice.